Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are here tonight on this lovely, chilly Friday with some ECC Overwatch between two teams we know very, very well. SNHU Sapphire versus SNHU Pearl. Truly a clash of titans here tonight.
Yep. SNHU versus SNHU. I mean, two pretty strong teams. We've seen them play this season. We've seen both teams play.
Yeah, generally, maybe I know Sapphire's off to a bit of a rough start right now, but they've been making some great progress, performing generally really well in their matches. We haven't seen quite as much of Pearl, but when we have seen them, they've been doing really well themselves. So I'm excited to see these two teams play against each other. I expect it's going to be a little bit sillier, but as we get ready here, I believe we got a map overview ready.
All right. First control map.
Starting off on Busan. How do we feel about that?
It's bussin'. It's bussin'. I like Busan.
Okay. How in particular do you feel about the night version of Busan?
I really like the night version of Busan because even though it does not give you any advantage or disadvantage to playing the game, it is still cool. I like the stars in the sky.
Fair enough. Speaking of cool, I would feel remiss if I did not mention that on this very special match day, it is also a very special day for one of our players, Osiren, celebrating his birthday today. Celebrating it in the Overwatch lobby. So hopefully he has had a great day, and I'm sure he would not mind a win from his fellow SNHU brethren today. But
what better way to spend your birthday than to play Overwatch against your B team? That's not sarcasm, by the way.
When you phrase it that way, it sounds a little strange. But I believe let's cut all the pretense. We are ready to get right into this.
All right. Let's see what's happening in Busan.
Entered my passcode too quick and now I'm locked
All
out
right.
of my phone.
I mean, how do we feel about these compositions here?
Ooh, Primrun running the Widow. I'm excited to see what his aim looks like.
I think it's going to be a bit of a struggle into this composition that Sapphire is running here.
Especially with Ultima Web playing Tracer and Kresnik playing Sombra. Sombra's invisible. Tracer just zips around. How are you going to get a good shot in?
Exactly. I think Grimrun is really going to be looking to try and pick off Osiren here, just because the Zenyatta is by far the most vulnerable member of SNHU Sapphire, but we are already getting into it here. Helios trying to stage a dive, already way in the backline. One trick falls, but Helios those two. Dino Tank does go down. It's 2v1 in favor of Sapphire right now, but Kresnik wreaking havoc from above on the Sombra. Ultimate almost goes down, but no, he's able to catch out Drums, surviving on it. No, he does not survive. Grimrun with the kill from beyond the grave.
It's getting loud in here. Would you look at that?
It is loud, it is rowdy, it is raucous. It is a big fight field.
Get those shots in.
Already Helios again, staging this dive, going right onto one trick with 5-0 going down. There's a lot of damage that's not going to be present for Pearl. They're just going to back up for a little bit.
Yeah, and Ultima so close to having that pulse fire bomb. I wonder he's going to stick it on.
Yeah, Grimrun really just trying to find something here, was able to get that Venomine kill, but Guan's going down as he can't gonna stall out this push, but a great shot from 5 onto Helios. Ultimate catches 2 with the pulse bomb, one trick. Grimrun sent back to spawn. Now Dino Tank trying to run for the hills, but gets smacked on the way out.
Man, this is a pretty tough game for Pearl right now. They're just kind of like surrounded in the court. Oh, we're getting that headshot. Okay.
A beautiful headshot, and now SNHU slowly trying to respond, but the Transcendence to keep himself alive. I've never seen a game quite like this in all of my time.
I've never seen a Sigma fall so fast. And they're just... Sapphire's just waiting at their spawn. They're just going going ham.
Oh, Siren dropping dangerously low. Might get dove on here. Does get the immortality field out from Thwomps. You know, Fives does have this overclock here. Oh, Siren does go down. And no much. No supports left for SNHU Sapphire. They commit that Kitsune rush, but it might be a little too much. No, Ultimate Web still wreaking havoc. Not letting anyone leave this spawn room here. One trick coming back out, swapping over to the Lucio, and now this overclock might have just found a bit of an opportunity, but has to stay alive. No, Helios dies for it, and the objective is secured. Sapphire taking a very strong, very early lead here.
Very quick game we just saw. I mean, really close matchup for sure.
You know, this game is happening. I think it's finally setting in that this is something that is happening.
You know, there's a little bit of a skill difference between our two teams, but both teams are actually playing pretty well. I mean, Pearl is hanging in there. They're hanging in there. That's all I can say for now.
They're making some pretty decent comp swaps here too. I want to see how these play out.
I would like to see how. We just saw a switch to May. Sorry, I was excited to see that Symmetra because her wall is super fun.
Redneck continuing to get in the back line here, already opening up a lot of damage, but everybody on Pearl playing really stacked together. They don't want to get picked off by a Tracer in the back line, but you still have to pay attention to a Siren. Firing shot from long range, got the first aid buff. Now you just have to find one, and one trick does catch Helios, which is possibly the biggest kill that they could have gotten. Now you don't have that Winston to try and take anybody down for Pearl. Now one trick is going to have a lot more free reign here, but not if Kresnik has anything to say about it. Fine. Trying to stay alive with the Dolan Ultimate Web. Kresnik does get one trick, but I think it's a little too late. Crazy Cat pops the Suzuo. Siren in the back line. You have to watch out. One does fall down. That Discord orb is going to do so much at this point, but Helios is back. They're establishing a presence on point here, but Pearl has flipped the point. I mean, their numbers are fading fast, but that's already 7% and counting for SNHU Pearl there. My goodness. What a fight.
This is huge, especially for Sapphire right now. Fives just went down. Now we're seeing this May gameplay. Ooh.
I mean, Ultimate Web is falling surprisingly low here. Doing very good to stay alive, but man, Pearl has definitely got their eyes turned towards that Tracer.
Yeah, for sure. Tracer's gonna be the one to watch, but you also can't stop paying attention. Ooh.
There goes the stick. The eyes in the back of the head, not quite enough to keep one trick alive, and Helios is just gonna clean up. This one does get the last kill, and that is a team kill.
Yep, and we still have Helios with his ult. I thought he was going to pop it right there, but Crazy Cat and Siren also having ultimates. I mean, it's going to be really hard for Pearl to get back in here.
Yeah, but for the side of Pearl, they do have a lot coming up themselves. That Kitsune rush coming out is going to be very strong for them. Although it's going to get two right down the corridor. Does want to stay alive here. Helios does have the final range, which might be a bit of an overinvestment. I don't think you actually need that, but Demon Tank going down late at this point takes up to about 70%. That's not who you want to lose right now.
And usually, you know, when you see, I'm forgetting the names. Oh my goodness. Usually when you see Winston ult come out, you don't see him following Lucio, but I mean, there's not much that they can do except for try to shove them back into their own spawn.
Open one does go down here. Redneck looking for the EMP. Does catch one. Five ending up with the overclock in the backline, but the Transcendence is used in response. One goes down, so you're not going to have that Lucio speed, and you need to get the point here. That is probably the biggest thing you could have right now, especially when you don't have that sound barrier anymore. Just a Blizzard on point, but someone's got to get there. Has to be Crimra. Ends up trying to open one. The beat is there, but it's only going to catch Dwums. With that, I believe SNHU Sapphire going to take map 1 here on Busan.
Pretty cool. I mean, we did see Pearl have some interesting plays this game. They did swap out a little bit. Unfortunately, it was not enough to beat the difference. But I did like that Mei wall at the end. Oh, let's look at that play of the game.
Yeah, it just dives right in to the entirety of SNHU Pearl, and that Discord Orb is just going to do so much damage. What a strange night we're in for, huh, Rose?
I know. I'm having to find myself at a loss of words for this game. I apologize to y'all. This is
There's so much to take in.
yeah,
There's
a very interesting game.
interesting is certainly one way to put it. I really don't know how to describe it any other way, quite frankly. I've never seen the players so hyped up and so energetic, like outside of grand finals type scenarios. It is a very, very different energy in the Connection to Esports Arena tonight.
This is the most excited energy I've ever felt in the arena, even though these two teams are so close to each other, yet they have to fight each other. It's still all fun and games, you know, no bad blood between them.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's a particularly strange scenario because, you know, a lot of these players have played in games for a lot of these players have played in games for both teams. I know One Trick had his spell on.
Hey, what lighting do you want?
What lighting do I want?
Night or evening? Yeah, Rose picked Busan, so
How come I don't get to pick again?
because you picked the first time. Do you want night or evening?
Does Winter have map changes, or is it not available right now?
I'm not playing with the snowbanks. Absolutely not.
Fair enough. Night, all reliable.
Understood.
Thank you.
A surprise guest appearance here.
Night supremacy.
This is truly, it's not Bizarro World. It's not opposite day, but it truly is bizarre. I can tell you that much. I mean, I'm having a good time. Are you having a good time?
You could say that. Are you having a good time?
We don't have chat open, so we're just going to assume that the answer is yes. And as you do answer in the chat, we do have the map overview ready. I do believe that you heard it here, but I believe we are going to get Kings Row coming up.
What do you like about Kings Row?
Don't get me started. This is my favorite map in the entire game. As a Ryan player, now very much retired, this map took me through many tough places, many tough times in my life. It is so strong because it's very linear, but again, it has all of those different approach angles, especially as you get towards that third point. The map gains a lot more verticality. But it's so built around the fundamentals of Overwatch. Strong positioning, target priority, those are even more impactful on this map than they are on the average map.
Yeah, so glad you're a Kings Row fan. I think that this is going to be a pretty interesting game. Hopefully, like you said, you like Reinhardt, right?
I love Reinhardt.
I
Favorite character in the entire game.
I hope we see a Reinhardt or two on this map, even though it's not as popular these days. You know, gotta break out the old man, play him a little bit on Kings Row. You can't not play Reinhardt.
I don't disagree with you, but I don't know if we'll see it. We have some swaps here coming in from SNHU Sapphire. Ultima Web on tank. Helios and Crazy Cat on DPS, Osiren and Kresnik on support.
They're trying out new things. I like the switch up. Let's see if it hinders their team or makes them even stronger.
I mean, I have heard good things about Wrecking Ball this patch, so maybe they got something cooking here, but you do have to be careful when you got fives looking for that early headshot in the window there.
It looks like Pearl is going to be sticking with the same team as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's no real urgency to swap. You know, you've been able to have competitive fights, so why change up what you've been working with?
Ooh, and that fall from behind.
Fall from behind rolling through really well, but it's not really displacing the rest of Pearl in a way that keeps them really dangerous. Meanwhile, Helios gets a little too big for his britches, ends up falling at the hands of Fives, and that is a big opening pick here for SNHU Pearl.
Ooh, and Ultima getting that pick on the Fives. That lamp comes out.
Oh, what a move! That was such a huge move from Dwarves. That slam would have done so much damage. These teams are tit for tat right now, but Xenotech is set up in a really strong position. Ultima not wanting to lose this fight, gets knocked off the high ground. They have to deal with Osiren here. Both players dropping to the low ground, and Osiren falls very, very low. Simran does end up dying for it, but the spawns are going to favor SNHU Pearl here.
Yeah, and as you see those ultimates starting to come up, I wonder who's gonna pop it first, especially ultimates mines. Oof.
Yeah,
Pearl's gonna want to stay away.
Yeah, and some big swaps here coming out from Pearl. Crimrun on the Genji, a dangerous force as we've seen many times before.
But Xenotech taking that Winston there. Ooh, this 1v1 is quite difficult to watch.
Are they going to respect the 1v1? It doesn't matter. Kresnik catches Dwarves and the minefield is out on the engage from SNHU. Pearl, a big anti-nade kills a full DPS, and Osiren gets one trick as a little bit of extra credit there.
I really liked that attempt from Crimrun to deflect those. It was very, very close for sure.
Oh no. Helios. He's got the pulse bomb. He's looking for it.
Staying in that corner, just waiting for the
There's
option.
pulse bomb, there's the stick. Five ends up being caught by it. I believe it was stuck on Xenotech there. Crimrun does catch Helios, so it's 2 for 1 right now. Spawns right there for Pearl. They're gonna just take a brief moment, wait for the rest of their team to respawn. They'll be back before Helios is.
Now, do you think Pearl has a shot at getting onto that objective?
Absolutely, especially when Wums does have that beat coming up, but with both supports down for Pearl, Fives tearing through. This is such a huge performance. They've gotten right on the point here. I believe it's just Kresnik alive, and they know that he is lurking in the backline. They're trying to search for him, but you do have Ultimate on the wrecking ball. You gotta take care of that hamster, because if you don't, he's gonna linger there for a long, long time. The rally is there. The last minute contest from Kresnik at the back point. Ultimate is gone. You don't have that big stall presence. Crazy Cat trying to stay alive here, but that's such a huge beat. Kresnik going down, and now it's Crimrun trying to take this duel with Osiren. Crazy Cat not respecting the 1v1 here, trying to save his Ana, but again, you still have Crimrun in the back line. Still looking towards Osiren. Gotta wait for the sweep. No, not able to hit it. Osiren does fall down. A big group, but one trick catches another. And SNHU Pearl has captured point A of King's Row.
That was incredible. I mean, I had doubts when you said Pearl was definitely going to be able to capture that point, but I mean, with that solo ult that Genji did onto Ana, it made it seem like too much or overkill, but it was really worth it.
Yeah, speaking of too much and overkill, that Kitsune rush maybe a little ambitious. One trick ends up going down for it, and so does Xenotech. It was bold, but I respect the attempt.
It was a good run. Nice deflect from Helios there.
Yeah, and I mean, what do you think Pearl has to do to break through this choke point?
I think they have to pay attention to Sapphire's positioning right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Sapphire is surrounding this entire point. Maybe it doesn't matter when Osiren, Crazy Cat, and Kresnik all go down. You only trade out one trick. That's not enough to win this fight. I mean, you still have a couple left. Helios swapping over to Genji, so maybe, able to get some work done with Ultima left, but I don't think it's enough. When Helios falls down, I mean, it's just on Ultima left, and you're not going to win a 1v5.
Yeah, definitely, especially with two supports that are not as DPS heavy as other supports are. It's a little harder to do it as a solo tank.
Oh, Fives gets Ultimate Web incredibly low, not able to get out, that's so late, but oh my, Crazy Cat on the Bastion, just trying to shut down Xenotech. Winston, the primal range is there, but not able to pop it in time. Pulse Bomb does come out to Fives, not catching anybody, but Grimrun does end up killing Crazy Cat in the end. Gonna be waiting on that blade here. Xenotech again, gonna be coming back with that primal range. Swums does have the beat if they want to commit to this fight, but it doesn't seem like they're staying in this too aggressively here. Helios pops the blade, but might struggle to find something. No, Swums does go down to it. Helios trying to find one more on the way out, but doesn't want to get too ambitious here.
Yeah, Sapphire's just got them surrounded right now with Rally up. I'm waiting to see what they're going to do with that, but One Trick also is going to have that Kitsune rush up as well. I wonder if Pearl's going to come out the gates bursting, or if they're going to try to inch their way in.
They don't have enough time to inch their way in. Unfortunately, that minefield might do a lot of work to stop them from bringing this push home, and that's a big response, but you don't have anything to counter this. Nano Bastion in your backline. Other than a Suzu, Grimrun falls right as he pops the blade. The Kitsune Rush is still on point, so you still gotta pay attention to that. I mean, Fives is gonna have this pulse bomb just in a moment here, but that's a great game from Osiris. Long range, no way to really counter that. I mean, Fives does send out the pulse bomb, it catches Kresnik. We have Grimrun coming back on the Echo, trying to get there a little bit faster. Dwarf catches Osiris, and that is the biggest possible hit that SNHU Pro could have found right now. So much long-range healing, gone. There's no sustain left other than Ultimate Web. Has to survive until the rest of the team is able to get back. And it seems like the reinforcements are just starting to arrive, but SNHU Pro has really made the most out of this push so far.
With Kresnik switching to that Lucio now, it's going to be a little bit different for their team. Lucio is going to be able to get a little bit more involved, but Crazy Cat getting that huge charge on his ultimate and unfortunately falling as well.
Yeah, ends up falling. Helios at about 80 in the middle of the fight here, gonna die, but no! The zoning mines gonna prevent SNHU Pro from getting in there. I didn't even realize that Ultimate Web had built up a second mines over the course of that fight, but bro was just working in the background, just building up that charge. Knew his win condition.
Yeah, this is a lot closer. I think it was partially due to the swaps on Sapphire, but still really well played from Pearl there. They were able to get onto the point and push just a little bit, but we did also see some swap outs. I wonder who they're going to switch to this game.
Reinhardt, I'm begging.
Especially in that gap you see right there in front of the statue, that's the perfect spot to just plant your Reinhardt, and then everyone comes in from the sides. You got it locked down.
I'm gonna cry. They're not playing Reinhardt. I'm so sad. I am shaking right now.
We have time. We have time.
I mean, we do have a Genji in the lobby, which makes me smile. Not as much as seeing a Reinhardt, but Grimrun's Genji is pretty sick. I gotta say. Kresnik rolling out on the Mercy. I wonder what that's gonna be going towards. Maybe Helios on the Junkrat, which is a bit of a silly pick on its own. But I suppose at this point we can't really speculate, can we?
No, we can't. This is just an awkward night, and we're all just going to have to roll with whatever happens.
Roll, wrecking ball.
I get it.
I see what you did there. Ultimate Web getting set up to stage the dive here. Just, I mean, I really think it's going to be tough for SNHU Sapphire to try and defend against this wrecking ball. Bang!
It is for sure, and ooh, Five's getting right up all in their faces right now.
Yeah, right as I asked you, I mean, Five is really pumping out a lot of damage. Gets pressed early, but Ultimate Web, oh my goodness, Ultimate Web with a double pile driver kill onto Grim1 and Dwarms. Crazy Cat gets 2-piece of his own.
Oh, the chase on the Five.
What's happening? Ultimate Web all the way in the back.
I didn't know Ultimate Web was a one-trick ball.
I didn't know your game. I'm sorry, bro. Ultimate Web on the fadeaway. Just one trick with a straight aid. I don't even know what's happening anymore. Ultimate continuing to just roll through the entire team. Crazy Cat catches 5 with a railgun shot.
Ultimate's just he's just ball. He's just doing ball things. He's rolling around, getting some kills. You know, pretty easy game. You know, he's having fun exploring the map a lot.
Bro's playing Sonic over here. Sends out the minefield. We got a quick peek of a Siren just babysitting the cart, and in the meantime, the pet hamster on the team is running loose past the golden box of victory here.
That's no way to treat someone on their birthday. Come on, get Osiris in this fight.
I'm saying you let Osiris tank this next map, but that is a personal opinion only. I don't know how SNHU Pearl is going to break through here. They have to find something, and this Kitsune Rush is going to make it incredibly difficult. Crimrun, really the main one looking for that ultimate, although One Trick does have that Kitsune Rush coming out. The Junkrat Riptire not catching anyone, but Fives is going to catch that Helios. Crimrun does follow that Beatrox just a little bit too late. Crazy Cat to go down here, but he doesn't. Heal is there. Kresnik on the Kiriko uses the Suzu to keep the rest of his team alive. 5 gonna fall here, and DB does to a stray melee, and Crazy Cat with the overclock. Just such a strong angle here.
This is just an uncontested ultimate right here. Does get those kills.
Yeah, the Blade is here. The Blade is ready. Not immediately killed, but killed pretty soon after. SNHU Sapphire, after a bit of a struggle, is going to win map 2 here.
Wonderful game here. We did see some mirror matchups, but I mean, balls crazy. Let's see this Crazy Cat.
I see what you did there. I think that should just go to the pile drive kills onto 2 of SNHU Pearl. Maybe that's just me, but the player's having a good laugh about it.
Yeah, it was a fun game. It was fun to watch.
I legitimately think this might be the strangest game that I've ever casted.
Yeah, as you can tell, I'm a little bit speechless. This is...
How can you not be?
This is positioning I've never seen before. This is heroes like I've never seen before. Team comps like I've never seen before.
Unlike just about every other time that we sit at the desk, we are truly in a unique situation. I don't know if we've ever seen our 2 Overwatch teams duke it out in an official matchup. I know previously we've had, a couple varsity versus alumni matchups, which are kind of in that same vein, but no, these are 2 active rosters in the same league fighting for bragging rights? I don't know. Seeding?
I don't know. But we do have a clear winner here. That is Sapphire, and we're going to move on to this 3rd map. Let's see what we got here.
Running it back, Saravasa. I don't think we're going to see New Junk City, like ever.
I hope we don't. I do not like New Junk City.
That is from what I've heard, very common opinion. So I think you may get your wish.
Yeah, Saravasa, definitely a lot of interesting compositions in the map. There's a lot of closed off flashpoints, and then there's wide open flashpoints. Mm-hmm. It's just a lot of good positions that you can get your DPS into that can win you the flashpoints.
For sure. And it's so interesting because, like you said, I mean, some of the flashpoints are so varied. I mean, we saw last week just how much can change from point to point to point.
Yeah, you gotta kind of change up your playstyle every time you get to a new flashpoint, and sometimes even change up your hero. Indeed.
We'll see if anybody here in this lobby decides to change up their hero as we get into game here. This is match point for SNHU Sapphire, and we do have some switch ups from Sapphire, just a little bit. Kresnik going out on the Ana, Crazy Cat on the Soldier, Helios on the Pharah, and again, ultimate weapon on that Wrecking Ball. Of course,
That
Siren on the
Pharah is
Lucio.
gonna be really dangerous, especially if the first flashpoint is what I think it is. There's just going to be a lot of space for her to go ham, but Ultima Web already starting off strong coming into this fight.
Yeah, Crazy Cat on the Movement Rider skin. I highly respect it. Let's see if he is truly a hero here. Crimrun is trying to find something here. One Trick in a very dangerous spot ends up dying at the hands of Crazy Cat, and now Helios is just going to have free reign over this point. There's not really hit scan for Pearl right now, and that means Helios doesn't have to worry all that much.
Yep, I feel like Helios is going to have a really easy time with this Pharah, especially if Pearl can't really focus their attention on any one of Sapphire. I mean, they're just constantly bombarded.
Yeah, that hyper mobile comp is so oppressive. We haven't seen Sapphire pull it out very recently, but it is something that they've favored historically. So it really is interesting to see them run it back here. We have Crazy Cat on the crazy flank. Big Helix Rockets not getting any kills, but certainly scaring off a few members of SNHU Pearl as they start to break into this point here.
As we see those ultimates starting to come up. Speaking of ultimates, Ultima Wet having that first one up. I wonder where he's going to drop those mines, but Dino Tank is just going for the spare right here.
And as we've been talking, SNHU Pearl has made this, it was up 2-1, now it's an even fight. Crazy Cat goes down again.
There.
3-2, Ultima Web does have the power, does have the sway to turn this fight, but we are at 99% here in favor of SNHU Sapphire. If Pearl wants to be an early advantage here, they have point to flip the point right now, and they do. That was a nice headshot onto Helios. Helios gonna have to back up only at 25 HP. We saw those new movement options get a little aggressive with the Justice there, and gets killed for it at the end of the day. SNHU Pearl this whole time has been maintaining a presence on the point.
Yeah, Pearl right now, they're just breaking in those sweats. I think Sapphire is getting a little too big for the britches right now.
Yeah, I tend to agree right now, especially with One Trick having that EMP here. Solid player. I expect him to make great use of this ultimate, but not if Ultimate has anything to say about it. Ends up taking out the beat there. He is going to counteract both the minefield and the tactical visor, but eventually it's all just too much to bear. 3 picks in favor of SNHU. Sapphire is going to flip this point and probably guarantee a capture.
Yeah, this point really turned quickly for Pearl's favor, which was really interesting to see how they played that, especially with One Trick switching to Sombra. I think needs to maybe throw those Sombra translocators a little further, but otherwise we're seeing some cool plays as he's coming out here. Pearl's coming out here with 4 ultimates, Dwum's being the only one without one, which would provide them a little bit more safety, but then again, you have Dino Tank having that awesome ultimate.
It's so difficult to get away now that you don't have the safety retreat translocator there. You just have to use it aggressively or try to get out with the limited distance that it gives you. I believe Crimrun trying to flip the point here does get Crazy Cat. That blade swings so much faster than it used to. Gets a very early kill and a lot of damage onto Ultimate as well. SNHU Pearl actually starting their presence on the point here. The virus gets a lot of damage over time onto Helios, but is not going to end up securing the kill. But Tsune Rush sent out on point, probably going to secure it here, but Dino Tank trying to keep this fight alive, uses the Primal Rage to stay alive, displace the rest of Sapphire so they can't get a lot of value out of it, but he falls so low, and Helios catching 2. That is probably going to secure the point, but not if Crimrun's not deciding to let go. Does catch Helios on the way out, ends up dying for it, as does Fives, but that is a nice little pick there to boost up your ult charge a bit.
Yep, and One Trick still holding on to that ultimate. I think he had the right idea, focusing on Helios, especially if he can drop him out of the sky. It's going to be a lot. If you just keep up that follow-up onto him, I think they might have a chance.
Yeah, but at some point you just had to pop this EMP. Straight up. Crazy Cat, I don't know how it happened. I believe it was a Helix rocket to the feet or something, but ends up dying there, and that's a nice EMP. I believe catches ultimate weapon and might end up opening the gates here, but that's a great direct hit from Helios on the Pharah, doing a lot of damage, forcing everybody for Pearl to take a brief moment. That Kitsune Rush, though, that is the go button. Grimrun has to stay alive. Gonna be getting that Dragon Blade momentarily, but now you have Crazy Cat coming back on the Tracer. The beat drop there from Osiren, and might have a bit of an issue here. No, beat drop respawn from Blum's one trick. Catches Helios, but Fives goes down in the meantime. You have to pay attention to Crazy Cat here. You cannot let him get any more damage, and Dino Tank going down is, I mean, that is really not good, but President in a very vulnerable spot, and the time to it, Osiren goes down as well. Grimrun, either directly or indirectly, gets a lot of damage on to, I believe, Ultimate as well. SNHU Pro might be able to quit this.
They might be able to, but with Dino Tank starting to come back and one trick can Kremlin down, they don't have any DPS left. Ones and Fives are going to have to hold on as much as they can.
Yeah, I mean, the point does get flipped. Ultimate backs off for a moment, waits for that slam, and tees up Guam to get absolutely not nuked here. That rocket barrage is not gonna kill any tank, and Helios just putting on a clinic right now.
Yeah, Helios is just going crazy. Even if those rocket barrage do miss, I mean, he's pretty good at aiming with that cannon right there.
Yeah, those direct hits are not easy, but he's been making it look easy for sure. Oh no, Crazy Cat looking for it.
Pick right here, it's Luminous. I mean, I hope Pearl's watching out.
They have to know, but there's too much to pay attention to. The minefield comes out and just sends Dwarms right back. One trick as well. Gonna be joining him, and it seems like the rest of the team might be joining him in spawn if Resnick has anything to say about it. The support duel here. Oh, just barely. Fives not able to win that one out. Gets Osiren down to just a sliver of HP. I heard Fives audibly be a little upset about not being able to win that. One trick just gets caught by the straight pulse bomb.
Ooh, yeah, and these 1v1s that we're seeing, I mean, I wonder if it's got anything to do with the team's relationships with each other. They're trying to prove a point or seeing if who's the better support here, but oh my goodness, Ultimate did get hacked right there.
Ultimate gets hacked in 5 minutes. Catches Osiren with a nice headshot. That's a great EMP from one trick too. They might be able to just end this fight right here. You gotta start making your way towards the point though if you are SNHU Pearl, which they seem to be doing. SNHU Sapphire taking a moment to back up. Just Ultimate on the point here. Gets caught by the beat. Osiren, the savior from long range. But I really don't know if it's enough at this point. Fives does have that Kitsune Rush, which President did just pop 2 DPS being traded out there, and that is a very lucky feat to keep SNHU Pearl in this. Everybody on Pearl getting so low. I mean, Pearl is not doing so hot themselves, but Osiren going down is probably going to secure this fight for Pearl here.
If we compare a Kitsune Rush with Dragon Blade, I wonder if they can start to make their way in there.
I mean, that is a big open hit. You lose your life for it, but taking down Dino Tank, you take those trades any day of the week, especially with one trick going down. That's not a trade anymore. That is 2 for 1. That is a great deal. I'll take that any day. That is a great Kitsune Rush. Saves the dash, but does not end up hitting Kresnik. Falling oh so low. Crazy Cat is there with the support, not respecting the 1v1. We are in an overtime scenario here. Dino Tank has to keep the rest of the team alive here. Osiren does fall. If you're able to get Helios, that might just open up scoring truly here, but might not even need it. Fives with another big kill onto Crazy Cat. SNHU Pearl really pulling back in here, showing a good deal of fight is still in them.
Very impressive that they were able to capture that back, but Ultimate just going strong here, already finding a Kremrun.
Yeah, and I believe that was a direct from Helios as well. Filthy.
Like, this is going to be really hard for Pearl to just keep trying to hang out, especially with only the beat coming up. Hopefully that will save them. Hopefully that gets dropped really soon right here.
Oh, the Ajax! The Ajax into the minefield! Just a little bit too high, and that is going to mean that SNHU Sapphire is going to take the map and the game. I don't know what better way we could have possibly ended out this matchup than with a play like that, and we do get Helios getting the play of the game, shattering the backboard. Roa's on a tear on this Pharah.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? Especially in this map where there's so many walls you can just get shoved into and have no way out of a Pharah bomb in your face.
No, absolutely not. I think I'm still, like, I have seen all of this, but I think my brain is still trying to process the 3 maps that we have just seen. I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball. I had to take in a lot of information tonight, and I think I'm only starting to catch up, getting a little bit of whiplash here.
Well, hopefully the weekend helps you kind of refresh and recover from this wild map, or this wild game.
Well, if you want, if you're not feeling all tuckered out, we do have a pretty big event this weekend. We do have our Granite State Grind Super Smash Brothers tournament tomorrow, Saturday, at the Upper Dining Hall here on campus. Check today. I believe it was 54 entrants pre-registered already.
Yep, and you can walk in if you'd like. You know, you don't have to pre-register for this event, but come in and play some Smash.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one, and those big Granite State Grinds are always an incredible time. So I would definitely recommend coming out, even if you don't want to play. Perfectly open for in-person spectating, and if you can't make it to campus, that's okay. We'll be streaming it live right here on twitch.tv/SNHU Esports. And, you know, I know platform fighters, they aren't for everybody, especially for people in the fighting game scene, and that's all right, because we got you covered on that front, too. The week after Granite State Grind, the 24th of February, we have Never Hold Back, a dual bracket this month. Not just Street Fighter 6, but also Tekken 8, 2 of the biggest fighting games out there on the market right now. I've seen some great things about Tekken 8, so I'm excited to see that be played out in this Never Hold Back either event. If either event tickles your fancy, signups can be found on all of our social media pages, as well as our Discord. So you should go follow those, right, Rose?
Yep, for sure. Go follow us right now, or else.
Twitter, Instagram, I believe we have a TikTok, Discord, all of them, at SNHU Esports. You don't want to miss a thing, turn on those notifications. If tonight is any indication, this is not a program that you want to sleep on at all. With that, I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that just about wraps us up for tonight. We will see you tomorrow with Granite State Grind. It's going to be a big day. It's going to be a long day. We hope to see you there. But in the meantime, take this time to truly recuperate from the match that we have just seen. Have a great night. You don't have that big stall presence. Crazy Cat trying to stay alive here with such a huge beat. Kresnik going down. And now it's Crimron trying to take this shot, ends up dying at the hands of Crazy Cat, and now Helios is just going to have free reign over this point. There's not really hit scan for Pearl right now, and that means the overclock is such a strong angle here.
This is just an uncontested ultimate right here. Does get those kills.
Yeah, the way it is. And Helios just putting on a clinic right now.
Yeah, Helios is just going crazy. Even if those Rocket Barrage do...
Is gone. You don't have that big stall presence. Crazy Cat trying to stay alive.